You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
What's up, everybody? Happy hump day. It is your girl, your diva, and knowledge lady Mocha, representing Mocha's Ladies Lounge. Definitely want to thank all of you ladies who've been rocking with me, supporting my channel, supporting my platform. Appreciate y'all stopping by, showing love, always bringing nothing but positive energy. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Again, I thank everybody for all the dollar potluck cash apps. If you haven't submitted $1, you're more than welcome to submit $1 to Diamond Girl $DYMONDGYRL. My profile picture should pop up. I'm wearing glasses with a black bob, short bob cut. So yeah, so that would be the right cash app if you were to donate $1 to Mocha's potluck. Is just so that I can get me a better microphone, get me something more professional software, so that way my audio is more clearer, more professional, and I don't sound so distorted half of the time. So if you're willing to tie to the congregation, you're more than welcome to do that. Big ups to all of my subscribers who are now my cable customers. Appreciate y'all for all the positive feedback. I'm glad that y'all are happy with y'all cable service. I'm glad I was able to cut your bill down from 100 150. I don't know how much you was paying for your cable, but so far I can tell y'all are happy with the service. Nobody has been complaining. Nobody has been saying I want my money back. So I'm appreciative. I'm grateful. I'm glad that I'm able to help y'all save some money. I know times are hard, and I get it. Even if you got it like that, why pay extra for cable when you can get a cheaper package that's just as great quality streaming? Because I understand, you know, sometimes people think cheaper means going to be cheaper quality. Absolutely not. Cable quality is very phenomenal with my cable app. As long as you have a high-speed internet of 25 gigabytes or more, you're going to get real quality live streaming. So if you're getting Netflix or you're getting Tubi and you don't have any problems with your app, the quality is clear. Most likely, with my cable app, you're going to get the same result because you got good speed, internet speed. If you have bad internet, you're going to get bad streaming. You're going to get a lot of, freezing, and a lot of scrolling. So if you have cheap internet, I don't advise you to invest into my app. But again, big ups to everybody who's not getting my cable app. You're only paying $30 a month versus that $100, $150, $200. Times are hard, y'all. Hit me up if you were interested in my cable. You either need to have a Fire Stick already, or if you don't have a Fire Stick, you can purchase a Fire Stick from me. If you don't like having to install a Fire Stick, if you're not tech savvy, you don't know how to install apps, you don't know how to program a Fire Stick, I suggest you just buy a Fire Stick from me. Don't take yourself through the headache. Just buy a Fire Stick. If you're tech savvy and you know how to I'm tongue tied today. You already know how to install apps on your Fire Stick, then all you need to do is buy the app for me. Just inbox me, put in the subject line, cable, side notes about cable. Hey, I already got the Fire Stick. I want the app. Can you please send me the app? Send me the $40 for their app, and I'll give you the app, and that way you should be able to install the app up to 2 Fire Sticks, okay? Nevertheless, again, I want to thank all of my subscribers who are now my cable customers. Again, I appreciate the support. So we're definitely going to go ahead and get into the sermon. Also, before I get into today's sermon, anybody who wants me to make a customized cup as a gift, you can inbox me as well. I do make tumblers. I do make baby shower baskets. So y'all know I'm a jack of all trades. But let's go ahead and get right into it. Just email me if you are interested in any of those things, and we will go through the details from there. So in today's sermon, I want to talk about the lies that married men will tell. And I think this is very important, especially for a lot of young women that are coming up. It's not enough of young women that are being schooled as to the mental manipulation of the married man. And I'm sure the majority of us at some point in time, if you have not been involved with somebody else's husband, you have probably had somebody else's husband try to hit on you, made inappropriate advances towards you. I think just about every woman at some point in her lifetime has been tried by a married man. And we already know with all of these harlots that are being exposed daily that there are a lot of women who have no morals and no integrity when it comes to getting involved with these married men. And then in the end, after they have invested all of their time, all of their energy, their body, their soul and spirit into these married men, they find out in the end that they basically cheated themselves out of a lifetime of having a committed partner in which they could have actually had something more meaningful with. It's just less of a headache when you don't get involved with these married men. The problem with dealing with married men is that anytime you deal with a married man, the moment he enters himself into your life, he's bringing trouble. Married men automatically come with trouble. It does not matter how handsome he is. It does not matter how much money he makes. It does not matter how physically fit and shape he is. Anytime a married man approaches you or tries to, encounter you, he's automatically bringing trouble to you. Most of the time, married men, they have various reasons as to why they are approaching women outside their marriages. Now, let me first start off by saying this. Most of the time, when married men are stepping outside of their marriages, that's already a red flag that he's a troubled man. Because you don't step outside of your marriage anytime there's a problem. Because we all know, any of us who've been married for years, we know that marriage has its shares of ups and downs. It's a guarantee. Marriage is guaranteed to come with trials and tribulations, with turmoils, with arguments, with life-altering situations. All of this comes with marriage. That's why marriage is a covenant, which in turn is supposed to be a commitment, meaning that you are willing to stand through the test of time. That's why the vows say for sickness and in health, for better or for worse. There's nowhere in the vows that says that the moment I can't get sex from my wife, I can go cheat. The moment I'm down on my luck, I lose my job, or I start feeling sorry for myself, I have the pass to go cheat. Nowhere in the vows, under the covenant of God, does it says there's exceptions to a man having the privilege of being able to step outside of their marriage. So anytime a married man approaches you, by the way, hit the like button. Please like and share this message, especially with younger women who have not been encountered by married men. We have to get a hold of these young women so they don't end up in situations like Ariana Air Mattress, like Portia, like Sharina Hudson. We have to school these young women, because the truth of the matter is, I'm not really trying to school women my age anymore, because the truth is, a lot of y'all think y'all know everything. Nobody can't tell y'all nothing. Y'all set in y'all ways. And some of y'all been dealing with so many people's husbands for so long, you done learn how to normalize it. So some of you women, it's too late to even reach y'all at this point. Because you have already given up on life, and you already have settled for not having morals, not having integrity. So I'm really not trying to reach these women over 40 hardly anymore, because y'all already set in y'all ways. You know what I mean? And the majority of y'all already digmatized, and y'all done already let these married men poison you, and by inviting them into y'all succubus spirit. So some of y'all ain't no hope. But to my sisters who want to be spiritually woke instead of spiritually broke, it's never too late to learn and to better yourself. But let me get back to this point at hand, talking about these married men. anytime a married man approaches you, he's automatically inviting you into trouble. Okay? Because the first part of being a married man is understanding that you have to man up and learn how to deal with your issues even when it's not going your way. That's part of being a man. It's more to being a man than just having a penis or having masculinity. It means being able to mentally deal with your issues and handling them in a manner in which it does not always have to result in you stepping outside of your marriage to get the comfort, to get the encouragement, or your ego stroked. Whatever it is you're seeking, you shouldn't have to step outside of your marriage to do that. So the second thing is, you have to wonder what is making this married man approach you. Sometimes the wrong spirit attracts other wrong spirits. Okay? So if you're constantly, and this is just something you may have to consider, ladies, again, hit that like button. If you're only getting married men or men who are in relationships, these are the only type of men that are approaching you. There is something in your spirit that is drawing these kind of men to you. Because spirit attracts spirits. Because, baby, let me tell you something. The way I carry myself, a married man already know, ooh, she's not the one. I ain't even trying her, okay? They just know. Not just because I look mean, you know. Because some of you women, y'all try to act like y'all hard by putting on a stank face looking mean. And let me tell you something. That incubus spirited man, he can see the weakness all through you. Even when you try to be mean, even when you try to be hard. Because if you got that harlot spirit or that succubus spirit, having a mean face is not enough to prevent a man from not wanting to try you. Some of you ladies, y'all, we got to keep it 100. Y'all don't carry the right spirit. Okay? That's in these incubus, and y'all know what I meant by incubus. For those of you who are new to the sermon, to the congregation, an incubus is a male demon who is sent on assignment to destroy your path, to destroy your purpose, to destroy the plan that God has in your life. Okay? And I already told y'all what the succubus is, but in case some of you are just not coming to my channel and you're not aware, the succubus is a female demon that is sent on assignment to destroy a man's purpose and legacy. Okay, Martell Hope, for instance, is a incubus, and Arion Air Mattress is a succubus. Okay, and when an incubus and a succubus get together, it's a recipe for disaster. It's a catastrophe, because both of them are destroying each other's spirituality, you know, because somebody has to have spiritual discernment in order for situations like this to not continue to fester and get worse. But when you get into bad spirited people together, it's just going to continue to unfold. Somebody has to have spiritual discernment, and because neither one of them have that, that is the reason why things continue to unravel for the both of them. All right, so you have these married men. They know who to capture. You know, these married men, let me retract that. Married men who have the spirit of the incubus. Because not all married men cheat. Not all married men are harlot magnets. And married men who have put themselves in that type of situation have learned from it, have grown from it. They no longer entertain harlot behavior, Jezebel behavior. They don't hang out in them environments. Because let's just be honest, a lot of times I be hearing these female bloggers, I pay attention to what's going on. And a lot of them be like, if a man does this and a man does that, he's no good. You don't need to deal with him. You need to throw him away and send him to the pits of hell. That all sounds wonderful and great. But if y'all think about it, most of the things we learn is through bad choices. None of us learn through good choices. If you have learned something through a good choice because you did it right, press the letter 1. If everything you learned was because you did right and because you made the right decision, let me know. Because in most cases, most of the things we learn is through bad decisions, through bad choices. That's when you learn yourself. That's when you learn your weaknesses. That's when you learn your strengths. You learn more about yourself when you step outside of the realm of God, when you step outside of the realm of spiritual discernment. Most of the things we learn is through bad decisions. I know for me, a lot of things I learned, Now I know what's a good friend because I made decisions with a bad friend. Now I know what's a good job because I had bad jobs. Now I know the blessings of good health when I found out later on I had health problems. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of things we learn is because of what we have gone through. So I say that to say, married men who did fall prey to their weaknesses, who did lack integrity during their incubus spirited journey. Some of these men have learned, and it made them better men, better husbands. So not all men who have made bad decisions just deserve to be sent to the pits of hell. It's not what you do, but it's what you've learned from it and what you've done to grow from it. You get what I'm saying? And I know a lot of y'all don't want to hear that because we have so many women that are bitter and broken. So the moment a man disappoints any woman, even if it's not them, we automatically want every woman to just send him to the pits of hell. Don't have nothing to do with him. He's no good. He'll never change. The thing about it is, yes, a lot of them, there's no hope. But there are some who have learned and they fell back and you never heard anything negative about them. Like, God bless his soul, Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant got caught up in that big old scandal with that waitress who claimed he was hitting on her. And you never heard anything else bad about him. There was no other situations in which he committed adultery as far as I know. And, him and Vanessa, they got through it. I mean, people can say what they want to say, but she only stayed because of the money. She only stayed with Kobe. But the whole bottom line was, I have not heard him get into any other situations. You know what I'm saying? So, you have some men, I say that to say this, you got some men who learn and they better themselves. And you got those special case scenarios like Martell, just ain't never gonna learn. Just low hanging fruit. You know what I mean? Just no good, rotten to the core. No woman will ever get anything good coming from him. That's just the way it is. You know what I mean? But to the point that I was making though, you have married men who realize it's not worth a temporary fulfillment. Is not worth the permanent damage, the lifelong misery that's coming behind 15 minutes of pleasure. You know what I mean? And you have some who are risk takers. They don't mind losing it all. They don't mind losing their house, their children, their wives. They just go push the pedal to the metal. And men who in this manner who don't fear losing anything is basically because of their ego. They feel they got it all in the bag. My wife ain't going nowhere. She's dependent on me. She needs me to be, she don't want to be a single mother. You have a lot of married men who capitalize off of that. But getting back into this point, when a married man approaches you, just know his intentions are not good from the start. Once you see that shiny little object on his finger, or even if he's not wearing that ring, but you find out later on down the line, as y'all been talking for a couple of weeks, this man is married, he is already no good. He's bad news. Because a man who cares anything about himself or cares anything about you, he's not going to bring you into another situation. He's not going to do that. Because my thing is, as a married man, let's say if he's unhappy, why would he do you the disservice of bringing you into an unhappy situation? Think about it. If a married man tells you, I'm unhappy, I'm not, in love like I used to be, this already shows you his mindset. He's already showing he's very selfish. Because my thing is, if you're unhappy, why would you invite me into your unhappiness? So this brings us to the lies that married men will tell, right? So the first thing is, married men, some of them may say, I'm not happy. How many times we have heard that? We've heard Martell regurgitate over and over and over and over, I'm not happy. Now, when you hear the word happy, happy doesn't mean the same thing to everyone. It's no different than if you're on a job, right? Let's say if you've been working for the same company for 10 plus years and somebody asks you, how do you like your job? And you say, well, I like my job, but I'm not happy. That can mean several things, right? You may like your job because, okay, it pays you a check, right? But you're not happy because you have nasty managers, nasty supervisors. You may not like the fact that you have to work so many hours. You have to keep filling in, doing overtime. So that's just an example. But when a person says, I'm not happy, what does that mean? Think about coming from a married man. He's unhappy. Let me tell you ladies something. A man saying he's unhappy, y'all don't understand the definition. And the thing about it is, a lot of harlots, when a married man says, or side chicks, side pieces, with it, biscuit cum buckets, whatever you want to call yourself, dumpster divers, whatever you want to call yourself, whatever, right? When a man says he's unhappy, why do y'all automatically associate it with the wife? When a man says, I'm not satisfied, the first thing the harlot does is her mind directly aims to the wife. A man says, I'm not happy, she automatically associates he's not happy. She automatically associates he's not happy with his wife. If a man says, I'm not satisfied, the mindset of the harlot, the succubus, he's not satisfied with his wife. You know what the harlot is going to think? Because she's in a succubus spirit, she's going to think sexually. That's going to be the first thing, because you got to realize most succubus spirited women are overly sexual. So when a married man lets a harlot, succubus spirited woman know, I'm not satisfied, she's going to automatically think sexually his wife is not pleasing him. Okay? So this is one of the lies that married men will say. I'm not happy. I'm not satisfied. I'm not pleased. Do you not know that in many variations, when a married man says, I'm not happy, do you not know it could most likely mean he's not happy with himself? Now, I know it's easier for a succubus spirited woman to automatically want to blame the wife. If the wife would have been doing more, if the wife would have been giving him more head, if the wife would have been more sexually adventurous and not just want to lie on her back every time, let him do doggy style sometimes, let him do. That's how the succubus thinks. That's why do you think when a succubus spirited woman gets with these married men, she goes all out her way and does all the unthinkable in the bedroom when it comes to these married men? They're tossing a salad. They're doing things way out of range that these married men would not even want their own wives to do. This is the irony of it, right? These married men will say, I'm not satisfied. But when the succubus does everything she thinks he would define satisfied, meaning going the extra mile, tossing his salad, sucking on his balls, doing whatever. I mean, we all adults here. I know I'm graphic, but it is what it is. You know, we in times now where you got to give that cocaine content, pure, raw, unadulterated, unfiltered, okay? We got to give that strong fentanyl. We can't do that watered down dope no more. You know, these days dope is watered down, right? So, you have these women who think because they're doing they're overly sexually doing things outside of what the wives are doing. They think that they're slowly but surely winning these men over. And the truth of the matter is, a lot of these men, they won't even allow their own wives to do what they got the freak doing. And that's the irony of it. You have side chicks who think, well, she should have been pleasing her man more. She should have been doing more. But this thing, you're doing all of that, but you're still getting the crumbs. You're tossing a salad, you sucking the toes, you doing all of this other stuff and everything, you know, and the things that he's doing with you, 9 times out of 10, he's doing it with his wife. So if he's munching your box, he's doing that with her too. So if you don't mind tasting what the wife left over, then so be it. You get what I'm saying? But again, use your imagination. It just is what it is, right? So, when a man says he's not satisfied, it means more so with himself. The truth of the matter is, a man who is not happy with himself, a man who lacks self-esteem, a man who lacks self-integrity, it does not matter. He can have 4 or 5 women on his jock strap. he will still not really be sexually fulfilled, because some of these men have issues that are way beyond what a blowjob can give them. Okay? Some of these married men have a whole lot of deep rooted issues that not even their marriages could fix. So if the wife, you got to look at it this way as a side chick. If the wife is not making you happy, but you're still there, well, what is the chances of me doing all of these things and you still won't leave from there? And you claim you're in an unhappy place. Yet, I'm doing all of these things for you. I'm sexually pleasing you. I'm sexually doing all kind of things that I know your wife would never do. But yet, it is not enough to make you leave your unhappy, unsatisfied, miserable situation. Because the issue is not his wife. Listen, if a man is telling you he's unhappy, but he won't leave, what does that tell you? That tells you it's not the wife. Duh. I wish somebody in here had tambourines. You know how these guys do tambourines in church? We need a tambourine moment. Okay? So, it's because it's not the wife. He's not happy with himself. You'll be surprised how many men you think got it going on and they just as unhappy as they want to be. If you're a woman that's spiritually broken, not spiritually woke, you will really believe a man thinks he's happy about himself because he has a new Lexus, because he has a new Range Rover, because he has a 6-bedroom house, because he's making X amount of figures. He's well dressed, well groomed, physically in shape, goes to Planet Fitness. You will just looking at the physical attributes, you would think that that man is happy with himself. No different than women who get the new Prada bag, get their hair done, get their nails done, got a new, Mercedes Benz, and yet she's still bitter. She's still bitchy. I'm sure a lot of y'all know women, whether if it's a supervisor, somebody from your job, hell, somebody probably in your own church, look well together, look like she got everything, but she's so mean, she's so nasty. She has such a, if she's not displaying her nastiness or bitterness, you can feel it in her spirit. She feels very heavy spirited when she comes around because she still does not feel whole. And a lot of us have to get to a place and realize where there's just a lot of things within us in which God is the only one who can strip us and get down to the core of that pain. It's not enough of steak and lobster, Prada bags, Mercedes Benz. There's some issues are so deeply rooted that there's nothing on this earth you can possibly buy to get that healing that only God can really instill in you. It comes a point where you realize the only peace you're really going to get is through God. It's not going to be through these worldly possessions, through these earthly possessions. It'll bring you some happiness for a moment, but you're never really going to get that peace. You're never really going to get that, that spiritual healing you need through earthly things. And this is the problem with a lot of these married men that are still in the incubus spirit. They think once they accomplished everything, they think, okay, I got a good job, I got a beautiful wife, I got beautiful children. Now I got this side chick on the side that's giving me blowjobs 20 times a day. Then I can go back home and still have my beautiful wife, have sex with her, then still go on family trips with my wife, with my children, go home to a beautiful 8-bedroom house. Then when I get tired of being a husband and a family man for the moment, I could dip back over here and, be a playboy and get my rocks off and meet with my succubus over here at the Motel 6 where they always keep the lights on or whatever. Then when I done got tired of, getting my blowjobs, now I can go back home. See, it's because he's not understanding that what he needs is something much stronger than any woman can give him. His wife can't do it for him. The side chicks can't do it for him. Some of these men are just demonically broken. And if you're a sister that's spiritually broke and not spiritually woke, you're not going to be able to look at it from a spiritual insight. You're going to look at it from a sexual insight. You're not going to be able to spiritually discern what this man needs. I am not fit or qualified to give him. It's not enough of climaxing in the world to make these men feel whole. You have a lot of broken men out here that are seeking validation, and they're going to seek it off the weakness of succubus spirited women. It's succubus spirited women that are stroking the egos of these broken demonic men. These spiritually broken men that are not woke, right? So that'll be the first lie. I'm not satisfied. I'm not happy. She just, this how they do, right? I know I got to do my alter ego, my wife, she's a good woman, but, I'm not really satisfied. I'm not really happy. I've been in this marriage for a long time, but I'm just not, emotionally invested like I used to be. I just think, it'll be better if we go our separate ways, because I'm not really happy. He will feed you these lines. And the truth of the matter is, his unhappiness is from within. It has nothing to do with his wife. It has nothing to do with his children. It has everything to do with himself. So that's the first thing. That's the first lie married men would tell you. If a married man says, I'm not happy, I'm not satisfied, he's not happy or satisfied within himself. He's a little boy that has not taken a spiritual approach to find himself as a man. So therefore, he thinks that going out here sleeping with all the harlots and the succubus and the concubines, he thinks that's going to give him the validation he needs. Only in the end to end up disappointing these women as well. The incubus spirited man is going to disappoint any woman who affiliates with him. So if you decide chick and you think you got to one up, you think you're going to be able to make this man do what you want him to do, air mattress. Well, good luck to you, sis, because you're going to find out if his wife couldn't do it, you couldn't do it either. So that's the first lie. The second lie they will tell you is that they need time to get out their divorce. How many women have heard, I do want to leave, I plan on leaving, but I need time. I need time to get myself together. I need time. I just can't just walk out and leave like that. I got to give it time, because she could take me for everything I got. She could take my kids. She could take this. She could take that. I got to give it time. You know how many women who have listened to that and it's going on 5, 10, 15 years and he still needs time? What he's really saying, I need you to keep holding on and being a jackass. That's what he's saying. He's telling you, I need time to leave my situation. No, I need more of your time to keep waiting on me. I need more of your time to keep being a fool and standing by me. That's what he's really saying. What's in this instance, what has happened is the married man has been affiliating with two worlds, and he has made himself complacent to two lifestyles. He's made himself complacent to having his cake and eating it too, and having the best of both worlds. That is what has really happened. Anytime you become accustomed and you learn to nest in your mess, you can't function having one without the other. It's kind of like this. If you're a female, and let's say you're a married woman, and the man that you're married to, he's struggling with his finances, right? He's a good man. He's been dedicated, very loyal, all of that. But his finances just ain't been too good, okay? Y'all been following hardships. You decide to step outside your relationship, and you dealing with this guy off your job, okay? He's making money, and you dealing with him. Y'all done already linked up. Y'all done already been together, and you done stepped outside your vows or whatever. And this man gives you money all the time because he knows that your husband is not able to provide that. And what happens is, the longer this affair goes on with your side dude, you know what I'm saying, that's providing for you, with your side dude provider, you done got used to him constantly giving you money, but at the same time, you got your husband at home who you got used to him supporting you. Let's say the side dude gets to a point and says, you know what, we've been kicking it like this for 3 years. I've been giving you money. I'm looking out for you, but I'm just not feeling this. You know what I mean? I don't feel like it's right for me to keep giving you money where you and your husband could benefit from it. You get what I'm saying? You know, and he decides he just don't want to deal with it. Now you're only stuck with your husband who's still in the struggle with the money. it's going to cause a lot of frustration for you. You're going to find yourself frustrated with your husband. You're going to find yourself annoyed with him. You're going to find yourself arguing with him because, see what it was, that side dude was giving you what he was filling in the gaps, filling in the voids that you were not getting from your husband. And see, that's the thing. You don't want to become codependent on two individuals for two different things, because when one of those individuals decide they have had enough and they want to shut the operation down, now you're stuck with that one thing that's going to keep you lacking from the other thing you're used to getting. That is what happened with your boy Martell. Okay? He used to having the best of both worlds. He wanted to have Mel to still come home to, still be a husband to, still be able to live with his children. But at the same time, he still wanted to have Arion air mattress to smash regularly, sexually, whenever. He wanted both, okay? And when Mel shut down the operation, now he was stuck in depending on Arion air mattress to fulfill what she's been fulfilling and also fulfill what Mel had been fulfilling, which we know Arion air mattress with, the Goodwill boutique, we know she has not been able to fulfill those deeds. So guess what ends up happening? The frustration, the burden becomes heavy on the side chick now, because he's going to look for her to fulfill all the voids. And when she can't deliver, he has to make a choice. He has to either leave the side chick and find a woman who can fulfill that area in which she can't fulfill, which for Martell, it was the money, or either he'll keep the side chick just to continue fulfilling that role until he finds someone else who's going to fulfill the role of the wife. It's going to be one or the other. You get what I'm saying? So, that's basically what ends up happening. These married men, once you have made them become adjusted to you being there to fulfill that specific role, whether that role was sexual, mental, whatever the case is, as soon as he loses the other privilege that he's used to obtaining, it's going to change the dynamics, because you got to realize, as a side chick, when he met you, he was already in a stable situation. And once he loses his stability, he can't operate and move with you the same like he used to. That's why Martell struggled keeping up with the charades of being able to please Arion, because Mel's money was no longer there for him to have access to. 9 times out of 10, you don't want to get involved with these married men, because where you meet them at, the moment this man gets caught or get exposed to his marriage, you're not going to have that same man anymore. If he was banking, he was rolling in them dollars, unless he's like a Michael Jordan or something like that, in which if his situation changes, he's still going to have that same income, that same revenue, whatever. But the average guy like Martell, these average men out here, and in some of these cases, these men that are well off, their wives find out she's going to break his bank. That's automatically going to beat his ego up. It's going to make him angry. And who ends up getting mistreated in the end? You as a side chick. Because you get a different man when his situation changes. Martell was probably an okay side dude or whatever for Arion, because he was still happy with the fact that he was able to still benefit off of Mel. But because he can't benefit off of Mel, he's a different type of Martell. So Arion Air Mattress is not going to get that same Martell she had when he was with Mel. That is the chance you take, ladies, when you deal with these married men. The way he is right now, he's not going to be that way when he get caught, when he get exposed, when he gets thrown up under the bus. And you got to be prepared to deal with that. You feel me? So this rule of I just need time is bull crap. Because what it is, he done becomes complacent. And he done learn to nest juggling you and the wife. So as years and years and years and years and years go by, and you don't put in 10, 15, and he's still with the wife or whatever, that already lets you know. Okay? That all this, he needs time. Listen, if a man really wants out of a relationship, he don't need no time. If he's really that miserable, he's going to sign those papers and he's going to leave. He don't need time. One thing about men, when they make up their mind, they don't give a damn about embarrassing you. They don't care about, look at Simon. Simon didn't need no time to leave Fallon. When he wanted to leave Fallon, he left her. Okay? So when men are ready to leave, they leave. Swiss Beats, he was ready to leave Mashonda to be with Alicia Keys. He did that. He did not make Alicia Keys wait several years, even though he ended up having a baby on Alicia too. But that's a whole nother story for another time. But this the whole thing. When a man is ready to leave, he's going to leave. He don't need time. He's willing to take that L, okay? If he got to pay child support and pay alimony, whenever a man is really unmiserable, he's going to leave his situation. Period, point blank. So, the other lies that married men will tell is that, I'm staying for the sake of my children. Married men have been pulling this draw four card out the Uno deck for years. I'm staying for the sake of my children. In some instances, they do stay for the sake of their children because they don't want to pay the child support, and because also they don't want to risk leaving their marriage and knowing that another man can come and fulfill their place and play stepdaddy their children and stuff like that. But again, it boils down to, if a man is really that unhappy, he don't care if he got to pay child support. If his peace of mind is more important than staying in a household in which is making him miserable, he's going to leave that situation anyway. Married men have done that. Well, my kids come first, this and that. Well, if you're a side chick and you want to stay with a man until his kids get grown, we talk about 18, 20 something years. Who has that kind of time to be loyal to somebody else's husband? The irony. And you know what? You got harlots. You got these cum biscuits. They'll sit there and believe that. They'll fall up behind it. Well, he's staying for the sake of his children. And you don't mind being there 18 years. Now, this is the other thing. This is the other thing for why some of these married men will say they need time. Is because they don't have no plans in being with you. You're just a placeholder. Meaning they just want you there until things get better. The married man is going through a drought in his marriage, okay? All marriages have dry spell. He's probably going through a period in which him and the wife are not really sexually appeasing each other. The wife may have health issues, so he can't sexually be with her like he used to be. Things happen, financial situations unchanged. Other words, something has taken place in the marriage in which the marriage is on shaky ground. Okay? Not enough to where he's ready to leave her, because if so, he would have left her before he got with you. The divorce papers would have been signed, sealed, and delivered, and that would have been that. The fact that she's still there and he's talking with you, he just needs someone to get him through hard times. And I mean that literally. Hard times, because he on hard and he's not getting sexually what he needs for the time being, or they got some financial struggle, something is going on in which the marriage is in a rocky place. So you so happen, because he was able to pick up on your spirit of desperation, he was so happen to invite you in his life during a dry spell, versus being honest and saying, look, I don't plan on leaving my wife. I'm just looking for a good time. Sometimes these men will be honest with you and say that, but most of the time they're not. Either way, I'm not going to put myself in that position. Even if he's honest and telling me this is all it's about, and even more so if he's not telling me, but his actions will speak louder than his words. Okay? You're just there until, things get better. Once things get better, once things start picking up, and now things are good on the home front, you're not going to hear from him as much. Y'all are not going to hang out as much. And that's just the bottom line. That's why they'll tell you, I just need time. Give me time. I'm trying to get myself together. I can't just up and leave like that. I done invested too much. I got to be careful how I do things, because if I do it wrong, I can mess things up for us. He'll try to make it seem like it's going to benefit you too, when the whole bottom line is to benefit him. A man who brings you into marriage, he is also bringing you into his troubles. Martell was already in a lot of trouble with Melody. The marriage was already in a battlefield. You feel me? And he decides to bring Arion, which was a female that lacked integrity, lacked self-esteem, lacked morals. It was very immature. She lacked discernment, did not know that the enemy sent her a serpent on assignment. Why? Because she was a serpent her damn self. For serpents attract serpents. And this is where, and this is how he was able to conquer her. Most married men, they don't bring you into a good place. Anytime he's married, you're automatically being brought into trouble. Period. The more you start spending time with this man, you get attached. You catch feelings. Especially if sexually he does things with you that you've never received from other men. And I truly believe that's what happened with Martell. I truly believe he did a lot of things sexually with Arion in which she never experienced. That's why she is so headstrong and so infatuated with him. Sexually, he did some things in that bedroom that turned her slap out and got her going crazy, cuckoo crazy over Cocoa Puffs for him. It was straight up lust. Had nothing to do with love. It was lust. And a lot of these men know this and they capitalize it. And let me tell you something. The reason why these married men can show you such a wonderful time, because there's not much being invested. You know, when he could creep and see you for an hour or two, he gives you the best of him in those short segments of hours because he's not with you all the time. That is how a lot of you side chicks, y'all get caught up, y'all get manipulated because he's showing you his best parts. Like, think about it. TikTok videos, why TikTok is so popular, because you see the best highlights within a short period of time. Ain't like you got to sit through a whole hour like you do on YouTube by the time you see all the good and the bad, right? That's why a lot of people go to TikTok. Like, I was looking up a recipe the other day, and I didn't want to go on YouTube because the videos were like 30 minutes long. So I went on TikTok and learned how to do the recipe within 5 minutes, okay? That's the same way it works with these married men. You're getting the best parts of them in small segments. This is when they take you to the best restaurants. This is when they take you shopping, traveling. Y'all catching flights at the American Airlines. He's giving you all these wonderful parts. Why? Because you don't live with a sorry ass. You ain't got to wash. You're not seeing the worst parts of him that the wife is seeing, right? You're not seeing the tire track stains in his drawers, okay? You're not seeing how he sleeps with his mouth open and drooling, okay? You're not dealing with his attitude when you ask him to cut his grass. Why? Because he don't have to cut your grass. You're not getting attitude with him when he asks you to keep the kids. Why? Because y'all don't have no kids together. See, the wife at home gets the attitudes and all the male mood swings and shit. Oh, excuse me. And and stuff because she's pushing him to be responsible. And as a wife, that is what we do. I get on my husband all the time. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to cut the grass. You got to pressure wash the house. Now it's going to always be responsibilities. Responsibilities are going to become more of a priority in marriage, which is why you have a lot of these side men who want their side chicks because the side chicks don't have no responsibilities. So it's not much of her to demand. She can't demand a lot from him, which in his mind makes her more pleasant to be with. But where he is dumb at, of course the side chick is going to show you wonderful time and make you feel like a man because she's not doing anything else. She's not washing your laundry. She's not handling the paperwork. She's not handling the business. Of course she can give you the best 2 hours of your life. Listen, Arion Air Mattress had all the room in the world to give Martell a blowjob for 2 hours straight. She don't work nowhere. She don't have no businesses. Her boutique ain't boutiquing, like I said and I'm been said. And she didn't have no really responsibilities. This was before she had got Little Helmet. She never really had any responsibilities. So therefore, she had all the time in the world to put in work and make him feel like a man. Okay, she was able to toss a salad for several hours out the day. Listen, Mel had to work. Mel had business. Mel had conferences. Melody had too much stuff going on, right? To be sitting up here giving him a blowjob for 2-3 hours. Okay, yes, get it from your chicken head who got all day because she ain't got nothing else to damn do. That's how that's how these side relationships, that's how a lot of people end up getting disappointed in the end, because they're not understanding it's going to change eventually, especially once the marriage ends. Now, Martell can get all the blowjobs in the world he won't, but it don't mean nothing to him now because he don't have a safe haven to go back home to, which is his ex-wife now, Mel, and his children. It's not fun no more once the cat has been let out in the bag. Now all you got is your blowjob provider. It's not fun anymore because that's all she can give you. It's just that. You know, and that's the thing about it. Let me pause my video. So basically, anybody can show you a good time if that is all they have to provide is a good time. But the reality is, you know, when the dynamics change, when a divorce is involved, when custody battles and stuff, it changes the dynamics of how the married man is going to deal with you, because now he's mentally in a different place. A lot of times, married men are only listen, check this out, y'all. Married men are only happy with their mistress as long as they have their wives at home. I want y'all to pause and think about that for a minute, because you know I'm getting ready to tell y'all why. I'm going to repeat it again for those in the back. Married men are more happier with their mistresses when they are married. I'm going to tell you why. The reason is because he has the benefits of when things become overwhelming for him, he has that relief. He's able to fluctuate and pace back and forth. For instance, if the married woman at home is getting on him about, I need you to help with the kids, I need you to mow the lawn, I need you to do this, I need you to do that, he has to deal with that. He knows that he can maintain his responsibilities, you know, cut the grass, do this, do that. And when he gets tired and frustrated of his wife being in his ear, nagging him all the time, he knows he can go over there to a place in which you, as a side chick, because you're trying to prove to him that you're the best woman for him, that you're not going to give him the type of pressures his wife is giving him. He knows after he's done all of his responsibilities at home, he'll come home and just lay down and let you do all the work. Meaning you sexually please him, or you give him what he needs. And vice versa. When the side chick, you start getting on his nerves, you're being extra, you're getting emotional because you done caught feelings for him. You want to know when he's going to leave his wife, how long we're going to be doing this and that. Now he knows he can leave the toxicity from you and go home and be with his wife that's not going to demand him about being with her and staying with her. Why? Because he's already married to her. So the thing about it is this: when the wife gets to that place and she says, I know what you're doing, like what Mel did, I'm not going to play with this, I'm not going to keep entertaining you, staying in this marriage while you're entertaining other females, so I'm done. Mel shuts down an operation. Now, Martell is not near as happy because whatever toxicity he has with the side chick, he's stuck in it. There's no other safe haven. There's no other place he can get any kind of relief. That's the thing. Married men love to be relieved. Okay? Why you think the side chicks, the prostitutes, and all these call girls, you know, be confessing and saying the majority of their clients are married men? Is because men don't know how to deal with pressure. Most men who are in the flesh, not men who got spiritual discernment, men of the flesh, they seek pleasure under pressure. Oh, that's a word. A man within the flesh, he will seek pleasure under pressure. Anybody use that and don't give Mocha credit, let me know, because I'm definitely going to hit them up on it, all right? A man will seek pleasure, a.k.a. this is Mocha's copyright, all right? A married man within the flesh will seek pleasure when under pressure. When the bills get too much, the responsibilities get too much, Men have different ways on how they seek outlet. You have some men, they'll go shoot some hoops, they'll go play some pool, they'll go get a drink. It's certain ways we all deal with pressure. Women, we might deal with pressure by therapy shopping, getting some Starbucks, hanging out, doing the girls' night with our friends and getting some dinner, whoop-de-woo, stuff like that, right? These incubus spirited men, they don't seek an outlet in that way. They automatically go to women, to succubus spirited women. But it's the thing, they enjoy the succubus woman as long as they have a safe place of refuge, which is the wife. Because they want to have that room. If the demands get too high over here with the side chick, he knows he has a safe place, a place he can run back to. But once he has lost his safe haven, his whole attitude, his demeanor is going to hit different with you as a side chick. He loved you when he had his wife with him. I said that wrong. He had more enjoyment entertaining you when he had his wife and his family life. Here's the thing. You have men who sit up here and complain about their wives, complain about responsibilities, but at the same time, if you take it from them, it makes them feel like they don't have a purpose. My husband does it with me. He'll complain about, I be getting on him about doing this and doing that or whatever, but at the same time, if I don't get on him about it, he will feel like he doesn't have a purpose. I have to give him a purpose as a husband by saying, you got to take care of this housework. We got to reinstall these cabinets. A man needs to feel, he needs to have a purpose more than just you pleasuring him. That is the other catch. These married men who try to act like, I don't feel like I'm being treated like a man, I don't feel like I have a purpose. This is the thing. If you don't give them responsibilities, you don't make them man up to certain things, what ends up happening is he becomes he starts to deteriorate in his masculinity. He needs to be given responsibilities. As a side chick, because you never made him have any responsibilities. I'm not talking about no going out to Longhorn and renting rooms and stuff like that, making him pay for stuff. No, you got to make him feel like a man other than just with his penis. Okay, yeah. When y'all get off and you help him climax and he busts another two, okay, what else does he have to look forward to with you? You're not making him grow. You're not motivating him, telling him, you know what, you need to start a business. And a lot of times side chicks, for one, y'all don't motivate them because you're already benefiting from them. That is what the wife does. But once the wife leaves or shuts down the operation, now you don't know how to motivate him to better himself, because when you met him, you never had to. And see, this is how these married men find out the hard way. You think you got it so bad at home, you took for granted a wife who would get on you, who would nag, who you felt like was nagging, who you felt like was bitching and doing the most. This is the thing. She's not there to do those things that you needed. The truth of the matter is, a lot of these men are not going to admit it. They need a wife that's going to stay on their ass. They need a wife that's going to push them, motivate them, make them stay consistent, fight with them. And I don't mean fight with them like put their hands on them and stuff like that, but tell them no, Negro, because a lot of these married women, we know our husbands could be procrastinators. We know they can be lazy at certain things. We know even the best men who work hard, they don't mind outside the house. They work 9 to 5, don't mind bringing home the checks and all that. But when it comes to being at home, wives got to get on them about doing stuff at home. You know what I mean? So side chicks, y'all are lost once the married man no longer has a wife that's no longer pushing him and motivating him to do them things. You don't know how to bring out the best in him, because when you was dealing with him, you was getting the best parts of him. Hello. Oh, that's the word. You was not able to bring out the best in him because you was already getting the best of him. So you thought, because at the end of the day, he had a wife and a family life, that was his solitude. That was his place of refuge. Because one thing about it, wives are known, even on a good day, a bad day, to stand through the thick and thin. But when they underestimate us, like Martell underestimated male, thinking male gonna always be his nest, his safe haven. Now he's out here lost in the sauce, because he never planned or prepared for the day my wife is going to leave me and take my children. He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. Like the commercials, like, you got to be quicker than that. He wasn't ready. And that's the bottom line. You know, these married men, their job is to make themselves, their job is basically to make you believe they're really deprived, that they're really not getting everything they need. And the reason they tell you that is not because they like you more or really want to be with you. It's to make you do all the things that he knows the wife is going to put boundaries on. You do have some married women that will say, I'm not tossing your salad. But you know what he'll tell the side chick? See, my wife, she don't please me enough. Well, so you know what the side chick can do? She'll toss the salad. She'll do all the disgusting gutter butt things to make him feel great. And it's the bad part. You step way outside of your element. You do things you normally would not do, but because you want to please, you want to prove you're the better woman. You want to prove that you're willing to do things the wife ain't doing. You know what that's going to make him do? That's not going to make him say, you know what, she is tossing my salad more. She is sucking on my scrotum sack. She is doing all of these things my wife ain't doing. Yeah, I'm gonna leave my wife because she sucks my scrotum balls better than my wife do. No, it don't work that way. You know what it does? You know what it does? It does the opposite. It says, oh wow, I'm getting the best of both worlds. I got a wife at home that cook clean, and I'm getting my scrotum balls sucked on every other week. What it does, it makes him complacent. It does not make him make a decision. It will make him nest and getting comfortable on what you as a harlot is giving him. Then on top of the luxury and the stability that his wife is giving him. It does not, listen, side chicks, what you do, it don't make the man leave. It makes him become codependent on still having his wife and still getting what he needs from you. There's nothing you're going to do that's so great that he's going to leave. Now, you do have some exceptions. We've seen exceptions. We've seen men walk away. We've seen men leave their wives. But many of them who have done it, they are suffering. Looking at Kevin Hunter, Wendy Williams' ex-wife. He's relentless. And like I told y'all before, don't let it be a wife who divorces and gives him to you. You don't want that. Like Melody, she left him. That's the worst way to get a married man, is if it took his wife to leave him. You don't want that, because that's a relationship built off of default. You got him by default. He was not a willing participant. If a man willingly left his wife, okay, you might kind of stand a chance, but even then, wrong is still wrong. I don't want nobody to say, well, he did leave his wife for me. No. He could leave his wife because he knew his wife was going to take him to the cleaners. So he jumped ship before. So don't give yourself no brownie points off of that. But just saying, if the wife leave him, that means she know he trash. Because anything you value, you're not going to leave it for somebody else to get. Melody knew Martell was trash. She knew it. And she left the trash. What do? You leave your trash outside. So what? The trash collector could collect your trash. Arion Air Mattress collected the trash. And that's what she got. And it is what it is. So, going into this next thing before I get ready to shut down, right? I was going to do a separate content on this, but I'm not going to. I'm just go ahead and address it. I've been peeping from the bushes like a lot of y'all have. And hit that like button, by the way, in case you're just coming in and you just late to the sermon. Hit the like button. I know I'm not going to see this live, but I know a lot of people be coming in the chat and they don't be wanting to hit the like button. Please look out and hit that like button, because that's what I'm seeking more than just your presence. I need y'all to hit that like button. And if y'all can do that for me, I so appreciate it. Mods, I appreciate y'all if y'all are in here by the time I upload this. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all so much holding down the fort for me. Appreciate y'all. So let me talk about this right quick before I get ready to exit the congregation. Look here. There's been a lot going on surrounding Mel. I've been peeping it just like y'all. I've been peeping a lot of bloggers attacking our sister. I've been noticing the 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼, who I used to really follow, and I was a bit disturbed, like many of you, by the things that she was saying. And I was really even more disturbed when she said that she was a supporter of Martell. My stomach had hit my back when I heard her literally say those words, right? And how she stated that Melody was an innocent, this, that, and the third, and she's not the only one. I'm not just going to beat down on Sherelle's world. Many bloggers have been saying it. We know this has been going on for quite some time, and we know there's a lot of people that just don't rock with Mel. But this is what I need the millimeters to realize. Okay, the difference. First of all, let me tell you the difference between me. I'm not a millimeter, but I'm a supporter of Mel, meaning that I don't do what millimeters do. I don't go in on every content creator or every subscriber that has something negative to say about her or whatever. I don't go toe to toe, because how I support Mel through prayer. I pray for that woman, because we all know the type of pressure Melody has been under. And I get it every time we see somebody disrespecting her, every time we see somebody speaking ill on her, because those of us who followed her from day one, our compassion is way more stronger than other people. And the thing about it is, a lot of us who support Mel, we are overly emotionally invested. And sometimes, even as a woman, just because you can relate to a lot of things that they have gone through, sometimes you got to know when to fall back. Nothing wrong with supporting Mel and loving Mel, but you don't have to go toe to toe with everybody that's against her, because y'all got to realize we are in our last days. Everything that is right, people are going to make it wrong. Everything that is wrong, people are going to make it right. You have to understand, everybody wasn't for Martin Luther King, and he was a man who did great things, who only wanted us to have our freedom. Look how many people hated Martin Luther King, and from what I know, he didn't do anything bad to anyone. I don't know, I wasn't born in. He didn't do anything bad to anyone. Same thing with Malcolm X. He was all for the people, and who took him out? His own people. Okay, so I know that's reaching. I'm not saying Mel is this iconic figure. She is in her own right. I would say that. But y'all get what I'm saying, right? No shade intended. But what I say is, also, you got Hitler. Hitler had a lot of supporters. And he did not rock with, other races. Okay? Even Satan himself has a lot of supporters. Listen, y'all gotta be woke to stuff. Do y'all not know it's websites who sell satanic t-shirts, who sell satanic Bibles? See, it's a lot of stuff out there that's deep. They even got a satanic website to teach your children how to serve Satan. It's some stuff out there I can tell y'all that I done ran into. Y'all don't even want it. Y'all don't. While y'all sitting right here thinking stuff is sweet, y'all have no idea. The enemy got so much tricks up under his sleeve. Y'all have no idea what all we really up against out there, right? So, I say that to say this. People are going to support who they choose to support. They're going to even support people that's not even worth supporting. What I want everyone to do, millimeters, supporters, the energy y'all putting into going back toe to toe to toe, this is what I want y'all to do. Anytime y'all see people going back and forth and dragging Melody, if you just got the reply, you got the reply. If you got the reply, if you just have to say something, what I want you to do is, you know how they have the prayer emoji? Just put prayer underneath that person's comment. No words, no nothing. Just put prayer. Because that means not only we got to pray for Mel, but we got to pray for these people that got so much animosity against this woman, who they know nothing personally about. People who never even watched the show, don't have no understanding, or going toe to toe. But if y'all think about it, that's everywhere. Think about how many people, just as a person, think about how many people who don't like you and you ain't never done nothing to them. I got people who don't like me, and I've never done nothing to them. They don't know my story. They don't know my situation. Come to my content, you just a hater. It's everywhere. People don't have to support who you support. People don't have to love who you love. People don't have to like who you like. But what we need to do, I want us to pray more for Melody versus going back and forth, bickering with those who are against her. Because see, prayer is stronger than comments and content. Because at the end of the day, I'm not worried about all the bloggers. I'm not worried about who rock with Marta. I'm not worried about who rocks with Tisha and Marcel. I'm not worried about that. Because I know at the end of the day, God has the final say so. It don't matter who rock with her and who don't. If God has a calling on your life, he's going to show up and show out regardless of who supports you or who does not support you. When God has a plan for you, God has a purpose for you, there's nothing the enemy can say or do to derail you from the purpose God has for you. Mel is good. It don't matter. We need to start praying for this woman and keep praying for God to cover her instead of going back and forth, going into people's content, going in the under their comment section. And why would you say that? You don't even know her. Guess what? God know Melody better than any of us do. We don't have to defend her. We can continue to support her, absolutely. But God already has her back. It comes a point when you have to be quiet. And you have to let go and let God and let him continue to manifest his blessings in front of her enemy. Listen, I done seen so many people try to destroy Melody and it has not worked. She's still standing. The proof is in the pudding. It don't matter who got something to say about Melody, who thinks Martell is right and Melody is wrong. The proof is in the pudding. Look where Martell is. Look where Melody is. The proof is in the pudding. What we got to argue for? What we got to respond? What? For what? That woman is blessed and highly favored. She don't need us going in on everybody who got something to say. Know what you do? Keep praying for her. Support her. Buy her products. Stop by her channel. Show her love. Stop going to these bloggers who dissing her because y'all helping their views. If you want to help Mel, stop supporting and listening to the people who are degrading her, who are putting her down. Anytime you go to anybody's video just to see what they got to say, just to comment on what they got to say, you giving them a view. You helping the video push the algorithms. Stop supporting people who don't support her. Period. And pray for her. That's it. I don't know about y'all, but I don't have the energy to keep going back and forth. Listen, I get it. I was tempted. I was in some spaces and saw some stuff that made me so angry. But I had to realize God is bigger. God is greater. He's not done yet. They think they hating on Mel. Listen. Mel ain't going through all this for nothing. You got to realize too much is given, much is required. And the reason Melody is going through so much because God is going to continue to keep blessing her. That's what you're not understanding. God is a just God. He's not just going to allow you to go through and not going to give you the rewards and the blessings in the end. That's not how he works. Now, if you're trying to please man, trying to please the world, then that's different. The more you want their love, the more you got to kill and sweat yourself to keep it. But one thing about it, once the anointing of God is in your life, he has a calling, and you looking to him, and you're not looking to people, he going to bless you anyway. That's the bottom line. Mel is already blessed. Why is we worried about the bloggers who struggling with their wigs and all of this other stuff they got going on? Mel is good. She's beautiful. She's successful. And just do the praying emoji when you see people coming for her, gunning for her. That's what I want. Because y'all feeding into the energy. And every time y'all feed into the energy, Martell, he climaxes. That's what they want. Tisha and all of them, that's what they want. Pray for her, support her. Only go to Melody's lives, go to Melody channel. Stop going to her haters channels. Why y'all going to see Wanda, even just to hear what she got to say? Why are we going to people who we know don't like her and y'all helping the algorithms get up? It makes no sense. I've never watched Wanda do one video. No, I lie. I lie. I did watch one. Once I heard what she said, that was it. I don't go to nobody's channel who drags mail. If y'all want to keep going over there and mentally tormenting yourself, listening to her disrespect somebody we know who done been through hell and back, then that's on y'all. If y'all got the energy to sit there and take that, then so be it. I don't. So I just don't go in those places. Because it makes me mad. It gets me mentally into a space I don't need. So therefore I avoid it. Pray for Mel. Support Mel by only going to her channels, only going to her Instagram pages, liking her up, thumbing her, buying her 7th Avenue products, and just rocking for her. And we don't need to rock for her by only going against people who are against her. Rock for her just by praying for her and support her and purchasing her products. I've been meaning to purchase a product from her. My money just ain't been right, but God works it out. I'm definitely going to buy some 7th Avenue products because it's been heavy on my heart. I just ain't had the finances to do it. So that's how you do, okay? Support her in that manner. Stop feeding into the haters, because haters are like roaches. I don't care how much you get rid of them. It's going to be more that's going to come right after. We got a lot of clout roaches looking for clout, and they only not liking her just so they can get views and things of that nature. But let me tell you something. God is not going to bless no mess. Anybody who's only going against this woman for clout, they're going to fall. They're not going to grow. They're not going to prosper. But anyway, y'all, I hope this was a wonderful sermon. Hit that like button. Make sure, if you haven't subscribed already, join the family. We good over here. We give spiritual knowledge for those who are spiritually broken, not spiritually woke. We believe in chopping it up. We keep it real. We keep it 100 over here. So you're welcome to join the family. Big ups to all my members who've been tithing $3 a month. Thank y'all so much. Big ups to my mods for always holding down the deck. Big ups to all my viewers. Those of you who just been stopping by, showing love, bringing positive energy. Big ups to each and every one of y'all. But I'm going to shut it down. Till another time, y'all be blessed. Don't stress. And let God do the rest. Y'all take care. Talk to you soon.